Don't worry, it's a lot farther down than it looks.
Further and further, drifting away.
No further questions! No further answers!
But what do I find when I probe a little farther?
Hey everyone, and welcome to Talk Word. This is the show where we dive into the fascinating stories behind the English words we use every single day. I'm so glad you could join me.
So today, we're jumping right into a big one. A classic mix-up that gets pretty much everyone at some point. Farther or further. It's a really common sticking point, but don't you worry. We're going to treat it like a fun little language puzzle, and I promise we'll have it all sorted out in just a few minutes.
Okay, let's get right to it. I'm going to break this whole thing down with one super simple rule that's going to help you get this right almost every single time. You ready for this?
Okay, here it is. The golden rule. Think of it this way. Use farther for actual physical distance. You know, something you could literally measure with a ruler or on a map. And use further for everything else, for that figurative, metaphorical distance. Basically, any abstract idea of more. Let's break that down.
So first up, let's talk about farther. This is our word for the physical world, for things you can actually travel across.
The key word you really need to lock onto here is physical. Seriously, if you can measure it, whether it's in miles, feet, or just a few steps, farther is going to be your go-to word.
And this example just nails it, right? We're talking about the real, measurable mileage between two cities. You could literally get in a car and drive that distance. It's physical, so we use farther. Simple as that.
All right, so let's switch gears and look at its partner, further. This is the word that kind of sweeps up everything else, all those distances you just can't measure with a tape measure. What's so interesting here is just how much further covers. It's all about these abstract ideas, right? Going to a greater degree in your thinking, asking for an additional helping of something, or, just more. So, for instance, when we say, let's discuss this topic further, we're not packing our bags for a trip. We're talking about going deeper into an idea, into a conversation. It's a journey of the mind, not of the body, and that makes further the perfect fit.
But, and you knew there was a but coming, right? This is where language gets really fun. In day-to-day English, that super strict line we just drew has started to get a little, blurry, and we need to talk about that gray area.
Okay, this is a really important point. These days, you'll hear a lot of people use further for everything, both physical and figurative distance. But, and this is the absolute key, it doesn't work the other way around. You should never use farther for abstract ideas. So, farther is the specialist, but further is becoming the all-arounder.
And that brings us to a really great practical piece of advice. If you're ever stuck, if you're writing an email or just talking and you pause, just go with further. It's almost always going to be the safe choice. All right, that's enough of me talking. How about we do a quick little pop quiz to make sure this all sinks in? Let's see what you've learned. Okay, first one up. We can't walk any blank. What do you think? Are we talking about something you can measure with your feet? I'll give you a second.
It's farther, yes! Walking is a physical act that covers a real, measurable distance. You totally got this.
Okay, ready for round two? Do you have any more questions for me? What kind of more are we talking about here?
And the answer is further. Exactly. We're not measuring the length of the questions on our ruler, we're asking for an additional amount of them. It's abstract. Perfect.
So let's just recap everything one last time. Nice and simple. Farther is for physical, measurable distance. Think far. Further is for figurative distance, like more or in addition. And of course, our little cheat code, when in doubt, further is your friend. See? That wasn't so bad, was it? Now, does talking about all these little details make you curious to dig into even more words? Well, if you're nodding your head, then you should definitely check out the TalkWord app. You can get these same kinds of easy-to-understand podcast-style explanations for pretty much any word you can imagine whenever you want. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today.